Okay, so hey guys, and today I'm back with another Tom and Jerry movie review, and this time I'm reviewing Tom and Jerry The Magic Ring, which was released in 2002. So let's begin the review. Okay, so first let's talk about the opening of this movie, and I really liked how this movie opened with showing us a kind of haunted looking house, since it reminded me of my favorite episode of the old Tom and Jerry series. My favorite episode of the old Tom and Jerry series was The Flying Sorceress, which also had a visual like this where there was this one particular house which stood out among the other places which made it look haunted. And I think that this movie actually was referencing to that episode, and if they were intentionally referencing to that episode, then it truly was a nice reference. Anyways, after that the classic Tom and Jerry chase ensues, and I will have to say that the chase of this movie was much funnier than the chase of the other Tom and Jerry movies. We also got introduced to this witch person and her living objects, and this movie tries to make her look scary, but it just doesn't work, even by kids movie standards. She introduces us to the magic ring, which is going to be the main MacGuffin of this movie, and then gets out of there in her magic scooter. I think that the witch, along with her magical objects, could have been introduced in a better and more entertaining way, but what we got was still a great opening scene nonetheless. And the eyes in the jar were truly terrifying, and I don't even want to imagine how that would look like in a live action movie. So Jerry wears the ring and enjoys his time with the ring, since it made him feel like a king or something, until he realizes that the ring is stuck in his head. It is at that moment that he knew he messed up, and the rest of this movie is basically him trying to get rid of the ring, and in an entertaining way. I really liked the scene where Tom had dressed up as a jeweler and was trying to get the ring out of Jerry's head, but was unsuccessful in doing so. But the real entertaining part of this movie starts after they get inside the pet shop. I really liked how the pet shop straight up felt like a zoo. Tom also meets Spike and his son, I think. I mean, they look like them, but Spike and his son have a grey skin color and they have more of a yellowish skin color, so it's kind of confusing if that's Spike and his son or not. Anyways, Daffy is finally introduced in this movie in a scene where he's getting bullied by Jerry's evil twin and a random grey rat. Jerry obviously rescues him and turns the bullies into cheese and turns Daffy into a giant version of himself. I love the scene where Daffy was running after his bullies, who were now literally living pieces of cheese, in an attempt to eat them, since this undoubtedly had to be the funniest scene of the movie. There's not even any competition. And a crazy kid arrives at the shop and takes Jerry out of there, and thanks to some plot magic from the magic ring, Tom also escapes out of there and takes Jerry out of the kid's hand, which makes him throw a tantrum, obviously, which makes his parent go to a police officer to tell him about it, and what follows is truly an entertaining and beautiful mess of a chase scene. I really liked the scene despite it being all over the place, and in fact it being all over the place is what makes it so entertaining and fun to watch in the first place, and that is exactly why I love it so much. And this chase ends with Jerry freezing them all and him and Tom returning to their home sweet home. But just when you think that this movie is over, this movie reminds you that Jerry still needs to get that ring out of his head, and this time he's actually successful, because it's the end of the movie. But it gets stuck on Tom's finger instead, as a result of him being obnoxious towards Jerry. The witch person returns and discovers that the ring is stuck on Tom's fingers and is furious to see so, and she just unleashes some magical lightning or something on Tom. And this makes the ring fall out of Tom's fingers easily, even though this movie had established that once it gets stuck it doesn't come off so soon, and it unfreezes all the people that Jerry had frozen last night. It's really dumb that the ring's magical golden beam fell exactly on the people Jerry had frozen, but hey, at least we get an entertaining ending where we get to see Daffy running after the living pieces of cheese for a second time, and that is always fun to watch. Rating 7 out of 10. Best moment, Daffy's hunger for living cheese. Okay, so yeah guys, and that was it for the video, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course subscribe. And so yeah guys, bye.